I want to start with this because I enjoyed it. A fight almost broke out yesterday during a Senate hearing, and this is Republican Senator Mark Wayne Mullen. Mark Wayne is his first name. Mark Wayne, one word, two first names. Anyway, he challenged a Teamster leader named Sean O'Brien to a fight based on things that Sean O'Brien had been posting on Twitter. And then they almost got into a fight right there in the middle of the Senate hearing. Pretty great stuff. Let's watch.
Everybody knows this here. And the last time, him and I kind of had a back and forth. Appreciate your demeanor today. It's quite different. But after you left here, you got pretty excited about the keyboard. In fact, you tweeted at me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And let me read what the last one said. It said, greedy CEO who pretends like he's self-made. Sir, I wish you was in the truck with me when I was building my plumbing company myself. And my wife was running the office because I sure remember working pretty hard and long hours. Pretends like he's self-made. What a clown. Fraud. Always has been, always will be. Quit the tough guy act in these Senate hearings. You know where to find me. Any place, anytime, cowboy. Sir, this is a time, this is a place. If you want to run your mouth, we can be two consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on.
Big guy.
Oh, stop it.
Is that your solution every
Hold it. No, sit down. Sit down. Okay. You know, you're a United States Senator. Sit down.
Active.
Oh, okay.
Sit down, please.
All right.
Can I respond? Mr.
Hold
Chairman?
it. Hold it. If
Hold
we
on.
can't, no,
This is
I have
what
the
he
mic.
said.
I'm sorry.
This is
Hold
what
it.
he said.
You'll have your time.
Okay.
Can I respond?
Oh, no, you can't. This is a hearing. And God knows the American people have enough of contempt for Congress. Let's not
I don't
make
like
it worse.
thugs and bullies.
You have,
And that's
you
what-
have
I don't
the
like
right
you
to be.
because you
Hold
just
it.
described yourself.
It's great. I love it. I mean, I don't know what my favorite part of that video is. Maybe my favorite part is the fact that that the senator printed out these tweets. He had them all printed out. So, which tells me that like this was not when I saw the kind of the description of the thumbnail of this video is going viral on Twitter. I thought it was like a heat of the moment. They're arguing back and forth, and the senator's like, "You want to take this outside?" Which would already be really funny and great, but no, this was planned. Like he printed out the tweets and he was ready. So I don't know. He had his aides print out the tweets for him. I don't know if he told them. He said, "Hey, print out these tweets because I'm going to do a presentation in the hearing." Well, what's the presentation going to be? Oh, I'm going to challenge him to a fight right there in the middle of the hearing. And did his aides go along with that and say, "Well, that's a good idea, Senator"? Either way, I totally unironically think that we would be a better, healthier country if physical fights broke out in Congress every once in a while. It would certainly make C-SPAN a lot more interesting to watch. And look, this used to be pretty common back in the day. I mean, these guys used to come to blows kind of frequently. Even all the way back in like the 1790s, there was a fight between two representatives. I don't remember all the details, but one of the guys like spit tobacco juice on the other, and then he grabs his cane and goes after him, and then the other guy grabs a fireplace poker, and the next thing you know, they're having a full-on like Jedi lightsaber battle with a cane and a fireplace poker right on the floor of the House. And stuff like this happened before the Civil War. There was an infamous case where a senator was, I believe it was beat unconscious with a cane, and that didn't work out particularly well in the end because there was a Civil War. But still, it's the way disputes were settled back in those days. And here's why I think it's healthy. Because first of all, it shows that they actually care, that they're really passionate, like they're getting angry. Politicians don't fight like this anymore because they agree too much on everything. They pretend that they don't agree, but they actually agree. And they don't take the issues that seriously anyway, so they don't really take it personally. It's all a show. People always complain. People who are very oblivious complain that there's too much contention in Washington. It's too divisive. It's too partisan. But I've always said the problem is the opposite. There's not nearly enough contention. The problem is not that these people agree, or rather, it's not that they disagree with each other too much. It's that they agree far too much. And so I think that's one advantage of a fist fight. It's on top of the sheer entertainment factor. It shows that they care. The October 15th tax deadline has come and gone. I know many of you might be dreading the stress of filing your taxes. Filing your taxes can be a long, excruciating process, but if you fail to file, you'll start to pile penalties onto your tax debt. That's why you need to check out Tax Network USA. The team at Tax Network USA has a track record of success. They've reduced tax debt for numerous clients, totaling over $1 billion. Whether you're looking at a $10,000 or a $1 million tax debt, they can help you win with a settlement. Doesn't matter if you haven't filed in 1 year, 5 years, even a whole decade. Tax Network USA is equipped to secure the best settlement for you. The expert attorneys and tax professionals at Tax Network USA can help resolve all tax cases, no matter how they started. Don't let tax debt control your life any longer. Take the first step toward resolving your tax issues by visiting taxnetworkusa.com/Walsh. That's taxnetworkusa.com/Walsh today. And also, look, historically, it's always been understood that men should have outlets to settle a beef physically in a fair and honorable way. That's why dueling was common and acceptable for hundreds of years, both in this country, well, in this country, not for hundreds of years, but hundreds of years across the Western world and beyond, and for a brief time in this country as well. You know, it kept people a bit more honest, I think. People were a little bit more polite back when dueling was, if you were insulted, another man would, if you insulted another man, he'd walk up to you and say, I challenge you to a duel. And now it's like, you don't want to turn it down because then you're shamed and embarrassed for the rest of your life. And it gives an outlet for male aggression. But then dueling fell out of fashion. And for a while, though, men could still kind of fight it out, go toe-to-toe without going to jail for assault. This was even the case, this is what boomers always talk about when they were in school, that kids would fight and you just let them fight it out. And they didn't immediately expel everybody involved. They didn't have the zero tolerance policy sort of thing. Now all that has gone away, but has it made society less violent? Has it made society more civil? Of course not. If anything, it had the opposite. Because you still have violence, but instead of fistfights between two people, you get these sudden violent outbursts targeting innocent people. You get that. You get fights that are not really fights at all, like 20 people ganging up on one, beating him to a pulp, kicking him while he's down. You get a lot of that, killing him. There was what happened to the high schooler in Las Vegas who was jumped and beaten to death by 15 people just a few days ago. And this kind of thing's pretty common now. Fighting in this really dishonorable, cowardly way, 15 against 1, which, as I said, is not a fight. I mean, in that case, it was murder. So the plan to make the world less violent hasn't really panned out. That's probably because you can't actually get rid of violence. It's not possible, but what you can do is channel it, give it outlets. And if you don't have those, then you get this kind of unchanneled, unrestrained, oftentimes very dishonorable, unmanly form of violence. That's what we end up with. So, in conclusion, I wish that Bernie Sanders just kept his mouth shut and let these two men handle it. I think it would have been a great example for everybody. Thanks for checking out this video. If you'd like to listen to my full podcast on the go, you can check out The Matt Walsh Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.